This is a true story. The names have been changed to protect the stagnant. Thank you, Madam Contest Master, fellow Toastmasters, and most distinguished guests. Picture, 3rd grade. We went on a science trip with my teacher, Mrs. Harrison. We went out behind the school to a pond that was behind the school. We looked at the stagnant, murky, dirty water with pond scum and all kind of parasites in it. And our reaction was what all 3rd graders' reaction was. Ew. Then Miss Harrison said something to me that I'll never forget. She told us, you see this dirty water that's here? It is the same molecularly as the water that you drink and as the water that goes flowing down the rivers and the streams. None of us believed it. So she ran a test and actually showed us that that was true. She said the only difference between this water and that water is that this water is not moving. That stuck with me for a long time in my life. And I realized something as I got older, that stagnant water was dangerous to drink, but living a stagnant lifestyle was dangerous to live. It took me through a lot of time in my life for me to be able to figure that out. And I realized that we needed a paradigm shift in our lives, okay? And I don't mean like taking 2 dimes out of your pocket and putting it in the other pocket, okay? I mean an actual real shift in the way that we think, in the things that we do. And so today I'm going to share with you 3 different instances in my life of people being stagnant and show you what happened to that, how we can do something different, okay? First, I want to tell you about Alex. What was blocking in Alex's pond and making him stagnant was the fact that he overlooked everybody. He talked bad about everyone that was there. He was so judgmental. It was his judgmentalness that stopped him, okay? You see, Alex had gone through a lot in his life. And he had climbed and gotten up to a level of about middle management, okay? But he was so afraid of the things that he had done in his previous life that anything he saw that bothered him, or they reminded him of those things, he judged them. He looked at those people negatively. Not realizing that he was stunting his own growth. That he was sitting there in a stagnant pond with parasites all around him because of all those negative thoughts that were going on in his mind. Do you know Alex? Does Alex reside in you? Think about that for a second. I want to tell you about Shane. The reason why Shane was stagnant was the fact that he lived in a fantasy land. Okay? He never wanted to live in reality. He always talked about all these things that should be going on for him. All these things that are going to happen. These things he's doing. He had created an alternate universe for himself. Not living in reality, not doing anything that there was. Being in this stagnant place with pond scum all around him because he wasn't taking care of the things in his life. Because all he thought about was this alternate universe that he was living in. When was the last time that you stayed in a dream world and you didn't allow yourself to truly live in the reality that you were in and work your way through that? Think of that. The last guy, though, he's the guy that's close to my heart. I'll tell you his name. His name is Oginga Carr. The things that Oginga, that were holding me in were 2 things. It was fear and regret. You see, I spent my entire lifetime walking backwards, looking at all the things that I didn't have, looking at all the things that should have been promised to me, looking at all the things that I should have had, all the things that people did wrong by me, not realizing the entire time I was walking backwards that I was passing by opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. Then when I had enough sense to turn around and look at the opportunities in front of me, I take a tiny step and say, no, that's not for me. They won't like me. No, that's not for me. I'm not good enough for that. There was so much fear that was gripping my world that I had no idea how I was going to be able to get through it. The change came for me in the most unlikely place. One day, my baby came home from school, and she wanted to tell me about a parable that she learned. And she thought it was really funny, but she had no idea the effect that it would have on my life. She told me about the parable of the three birds. Okay? You see, there's three birds sitting on a wire. Two of the birds decide to fly off of the wire. How many birds are left on the wire? My friends, there's still three birds on the wire, all right? Because two of them only decided to fly off. They didn't go anywhere. You see, that's where we are in our life. We're all deciding to do all these different things with our lives, but never going anywhere. You know, it's the truth. Everybody dies, but not everybody truly lives. Okay? So when you take that first step in that pond, it causes a ripple, and those parasites start to spring away. And for Alex is able to use that lessons that he learned and he made through to be able to help other people instead of actually judging them. Then we take that second step, and that ripple turns into a wave and breaks up the pond scum that is there. And for Shane, he's actually able to actually live in reality and look at things that he actually can do with his life. And then we take that third step, and that wave breaks through those barriers that are keeping us. And for me, I'm able to put aside the fear and the regret and look forward and live each life for today. Live each life like it's golden. Move forward in the way that I'm supposed to do. Okay? And when that water breaks through that barrier, now it's not murky anymore. Now it's clear. Now it's powerful. Now it's moving. And now it's driving us in the force that we need to be driven to live.